to black communities. We call it the Platinum Plan. Platinum Plan. And that's a contract with black Americans, and it's going to be something that people talk about for a long time to come. If you vote Republican over the next 4 years, we will create 3 million new jobs for the black community. We call it the Platinum Plan. Platinum Plan. And that's a contract with black Americans, and it's going to be something that people talk about for a long time to come. If you vote communities, we call it the Platinum Plan. Platinum Plan. And that's a contract with black Americans, and it's going to be something that people talk about for a long time to come. If you vote Republican over the next 4 years, we will create 3 million new jobs for the black community. Open 500,000 new black-owned businesses. Increase access to capital in black communities by $500 billion. And this includes investing in community development. Platinum Plan. And that's a contract with Platinum Plan. And that's a contract with Platinum Plan. And that's a contract with, and that's a contract with black Americans, and it's
All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rekakadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Now, first of all, there's no humans on earth that are black. So somebody is speaking in a derogatory way to a certain group of people. But we do know that it's a group of people that's still in captivity, and the first thing the people are offering them is to be a slave on somebody's plantation. Now, when you go into the history of these people, you get an understanding that they already have a contract with somebody greater than the American government, greater than Donald Trump, greater than the Republican Party, greater than anybody you can think of. And this contract is found in the Exodus 24. When you go to Exodus 24 and starting at verse 3, this how the situation went down. Verse 3 says, "And Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord and all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice and said, All the words which the Lord has said will we do." Verse 4, "And Moses wrote all the words of the Lord and rose up early in the morning and built an altar under the hill. The 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel." Verse 7, "And he took the book of the covenant and read it in the audience of the people, and they said, All that the Lord has said we will do, and be obedient." Verse 8, "And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people, and said, Behold, the blood of the covenant which the Lord have made with you concerning all these words." So Moses followed the instructions of the Most High and made a altar that represented the 12 tribes of Israel, and he sprinkled the blood on the altar. Verse 6 say of Exodus 24, "And Moses took half of the blood and put it in a basin, and half of the blood he sprinkled on the altar." So he sprinkled half of the blood on the altar, and the blood that was in the basin, he sprinkled it on the people. And so this is the covenant that God made with the children of Israel. And so these so-called, or what they call them, black people, you know, these are the children of Israel. They did the same thing in the beginning of the Roman Empire, because this is just a revamp or a renaissance of the Roman Empire. When you go to Romans, Salakia, when you go to Acts chapter 13, it says, verse 1, Acts 13:1. Now there were in the church, that means this assembly of people that was at Antioch, certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simon, that was called Niger, meaning black. These prophets and teachers in the Roman providence was called black. You see? And so these individuals, that's the children of Israel, was always called black. And the Roman Empire is still calling these people black. They called them black Americans. Back then it was calling them black Romans, or black children of Israel. And so when you look at this contract that they got with the Most High God, that Moses sprinkled the blood on them to seal the contract, it has conditions. Now, he told them two things. He told them that he was making a contract with them, and it was pretty much going to be two choices in this contract. They had two choices that they could make. And so in verse 28, chapter 28 of Deuteronomy, Salakia, he told the children of Israel that they could do one thing or the other. If they obeyed, they would get a blessing, and if they disobeyed, they would get a curse. And so the children of Israel made a contract that they would get a curse if they didn't obey the words of the Lord. And they promised to obey. And so when they didn't obey, that's why he's offering all these goodies, because they didn't obey and they are being punished for their disobedience to the covenant. In Deuteronomy 28:15, it explains why these people have bad communities and no jobs. You see, it explains why they're in the condition that they're in under the so-called Romans, the Edomites, Herod peoples. Now, Deuteronomy 28:15 say, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." Verse 16, "Cursed shall thy be in the city, and cursed shall thy be in the field," the work field, the jobs. "Cursed shall thy basket, cursed shall be thy basket in thy store." That's the businesses. So he's offering these things, but he didn't make a contract with the so-called tribe of Judah and the Israelites. He didn't make a contract to make this condition. He don't have the power to take the children of Israel out of their curses that the Lord made with them, with the contract that the Lord made with them. He don't have that type of power. So he can offer you anything he want to offer you. But these curses is going to be on the children of Israel because they are disobedient to the Lord. And they got to go through the curses. And how did the children of Israel get here to America? When you go into the curses in Deuteronomy 28:68, it says that the Lord will bring thee into Egypt or slavery or bondage again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold. Once you get there off them ships, you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondman and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you or save you. And that's why he offering jobs, because you will be sold to these employers. You will be an employee on their job, and you will be a slave, a bondman. You will have a bond with this job or employer, and you will be his slave. You see, which you have been for 400 plus years. So what is this platinum plan? And you calling the people derogatory name, calling them black, when they got a God-given name with the tribe of Judah, Benjamin and Levi, and you telling them that you making a contract with them when they already got a contract with the Lord. And so this platinum plan is just another deception from the red dragon, from the serpent, from the brutal beast that the Bible speaks of, the nation of Edom, to the children of Israel, which they've been wrestling and warring with these people since they was in the stomach, the womb. And Esau, once he saw that he didn't get the everlasting blessing, he sought out to kill Jacob. He said, when the mourning for my father is done, I'm going to try to slay my brother. And so this is the plan. This is the real platinum plan that these Edomites got for you Negroes here in America. Not to help you out of your curse, but to finish the curse off and destroy you all the way. Now, the platinum plan goes both ways, because not only is the Edomites planning on this, the Most High is planning on the 2/3 to be punished and destroyed for their wickedness and not returning to the contract that he set with them. And so he's using these Edomites and this beast to punish these 2/3 that don't want to listen to the words of the Lord. Because he said in Proverbs 13:13, it talks about, he that despises the word shall be destroyed. And these 2/3 despise God's word. And that's why they're going to have to be destroyed. And that's why these serpents is pushing this agenda on them, because they're getting ready to destroy them. So they want to give them a peaceful mindset before sudden destruction come upon them, saying peace and security is coming. But I'm going to leave it there. All praise to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Rekaket Dash, double honors to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide. The kingdom is at hand. Shalom.